Today, we're going to talk about monitoring and clarifying it. When you monitor something, you're going along asking yourself, do I understand what I'm reading? Does this make sense to me? When I clarify it, I'm just making the information that I read more clear. All right. So sometimes you're reading along and you're like, "Ooh, I think I understand it, but I'm not really sure." So in your mind, it's not really clear. So you want to go back and you want to take some steps to help you understand what you're reading. So we're going to look at the little flow chart and we're going to start right here where it says, "No, I don't understand what I'm reading." Well, is the reason you don't understand it because you don't understand what the word means? If you don't understand what the word means, then you're going to take some steps. You're going to try to decode it, break it down, break it into smaller chunks that you know already. You might look for context clues, read all the words around it. Do the words around it help you understand what you just read? Maybe you're reading it and you're thinking, I bet this other word would make sense in that sentence. So right here it says maybe replace it with another word that you already know, and you stick that other word in there and like, yeah, that makes sense. That must be what it means. And the last step here that it says is to look it up in the dictionary. I personally don't love to go to the dictionary every time I don't understand a word because it breaks up my reading. So what I personally do is I keep reading and see if I can try to figure it out by continuing reading. But if all else fails, you can look it up in a dictionary, you can look it up in the glossary in the back of the book, or if you have a computer or your cell phone or something like that, you can check it on that if all else fails. But that to me is your last resort. Now, over here it says when a section of the text is confusing. So you know all the words, but you're like, but I don't understand what it means like that. So when you find it a little bit confusing, it says you might take notes about what confuses you. Sometimes when I'm reading something and I'm not really sure about it, I take a highlighter and I just highlight what I don't understand. That way I can come back later and I can say, when I kept on reading, did I understand or do I still need to get some clarification of what I just read? Do I need to clarify it? Or maybe I'm reading along and I think about something I already know. Over here it says use prior knowledge. Oh, I know a little bit about that subject, so now it's becoming a little bit more clear. I'm understanding it better. The next thing I use all the time is I reread. It's like, okay, I read it once. What did that mean? I'll go back and read it again. Another thing that you can do is you can look at the pictures. Well, of course, if there's pictures there, look at the pictures. The pictures help you so much. And I see a lot of children that will just read a book and they're flipping through it, especially science or social studies, they're flipping through it and they don't take the time to stop and look at the pictures. In science and in social studies, they put those pictures there and they put charts and tables to help you understand. So you need to make sure you're always using the visuals that are on the page. And finally, one thing that we can do is we can ask questions. All right, I didn't understand that. Do I think it's saying this? And read back over it and see if that clarifies it.